nice hip opening practice for you today. So if you want to come to your mat, take a nice comfortable seat and we'll get started. Let's bring awareness to the breath so we can move with a nice rhythm, really using our inhale and our exhale to get a nice deep stretch. Close the eyes. Bring in that Ujjayi breath. And then as we next inhale, we're going to draw the shoulders back, open the chest, hinge at the hip and lean forwards, a slight fold. And as we exhale, rolling the spine, chin comes to chest. And we'll just keep moving through in time with our breath. Nice, really use the breath, get a little bit deeper. Breathe into any areas that feel quite stiff. And then maybe start to bring a circle. Same principle, inhaling as we open the chest, exhaling to round the spine. And then changing direction. And then finding some stillness, we'll make our way to our tabletop. So checking in with the alignment first. Knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, fingers nice and spread. Check in with the wrists here, make sure that they're aligned with the top of the mat. And when we're ready, we're going to take in some cat-cow. So inhale, tilting the tailbone up to the sky, the gaze comes up. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under. And then inhaling, coming back to center, curling the toes under, sending the hips high as we exhale into our downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet here, checking our alignment, our hands are shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, really trying to send the tailbone up to the sky, tilting those hips. Keeping a micro bend in the knees, we're not worried if the heels don't touch the mat. Take some movement here if you need. Then we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up, flex at the knee and keep the foot dorsiflex as well. Holding here as if we're trying to draw that right heel to the left glute. And then when you're ready, start drawing nice circles with that knee. One way and then the other. Finding some stillness. Inhale, look between the hands. Then we're going to place the right foot down between the hands, dropping the left knee, coming into our low lunge. We're then going to walk the foot out to the edge of the mat at a 45-degree angle, and we can use our right hand to just press into that right thigh, really open the right hip out. Really breathing into that hip, drawing the left hip down to the mat. If you like, you can bring your forearms down to the mat. Really use that breath, keep the chest open. inhale, go back up, bringing the right foot back to center, and take a nice deep low lunge. So inhale the arms up high, or you can keep them on the hips if that's more comfortable. Gaze between the hands or straight ahead. Really squeezing the core here, squaring the hips with the top of the mat. Take a nice inhale, reach, and then exhale, plant the hands, send the right foot back into your downward facing dog. And we'll do the same on the left side. So inhale the left leg up, flex at the knee, keep the foot dorsiflexed, and then when you're ready, start drawing those nice circles. And change direction. Find some stillness, really bring that left heel to the right glute. Then inhale, look between the hands, plant the foot down, coming into our low lunge on this side, step the foot out, pressing into that left thigh, really opening the hip. And coming down to the forearms, if you like, feel free to stay up on the hands. Really breathing into that hip. Inhaling, coming back up, bringing the foot back to the center, squaring off the hips. Inhale to bring the hands to wherever best serves you. Squeeze. Inhale to reach. Exhale, plant the hands, coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale, walk the feet up between the hands. Rise the arms up. Exhale them down, finding your mountain pose. And we're going to inhale, step the right foot back and point both feet towards the long edge of the mat. We're going to take a wide leg fold here, so it's up to you. You can either inhale and bring the hands to your hips, or inhale them all the way up. Make sure the chest is open, squeeze the glutes and keep the legs nice and active. As we exhale, hinge at the hip. And if you like, you can bring your hands to the mat or place them on your legs. Keeping the chest open, shoulders back. Bring the crown of the head so it's parallel with the mat. Really breathe in here. Maybe take some side lunges, just a little bit of movement before finding that stillness again. Inhale, come to a sort of half lift. But then going to turn the left foot so it points towards the top of the mat. And on an exhale, dropping the sit bones down, coming into a very low side lunge. Really breathing into it here. Keeping the glutes off the mat. Inhale, if you can press up, or feel free to use the hands if you need. Come back into that nice forward fold. Remember, you can angle the big toes in slightly to help. And once again, then turn the right foot out to point towards the long edge of the mat, taking your nice deep side lunge on the left hand side. You can keep the right foot flexed or point the toes. Really breathing into that hip. If you do find yourself sitting down on the mat, that's also fine. Ideally working to have the left heel flat and the glutes lifted. Inhale, pressing back up, coming to our forward fold. Then once again, inhale to a half lift. Heel toe the feet slightly in, so they're about hip width apart, or wherever's comfortable for you to take your yogic squat. And when you're ready, maybe you point the feet out slightly. Take a nice inhale, open the chest, exhale, coming down into your yogi squat. Now it's completely up to you, whatever's the most comfortable. Some people have their feet a little bit wider. Bring the hands to prayer and press through the elbows into the inner thighs. If you can here, you can take a few knee taps, so alternating, dropping one knee in front and then the other, really good for your hip mobility. Few more breaths here. Don't worry if you can't get the heels down and you're on your toes. Eventually, with more practice, you'll get those heels down. And then taking one last nice deep inhale before we exhale to come to our butterfly. Soles of the feet together, hands either under the long edges of the feet or bring them to the ankles. If you are clasping the feet, then please keep your elbows tucked in and just take a little bit of movement here, maybe bouncing the knees or rocking forwards and back, just a little. And then when we're ready, inhale, sitting tall, exhale, hinging at the hip. Really breathe into the hips here. Inhale to come back up, and then find your way so that you're in a reclined position, lying on your back. We're going to inhale and draw the left knee up towards the chest. Give it a nice squeeze, and then exhale, using the left hand, opening that left hip, bringing the knee as if we're trying to get it under our left armpit. Breathing here. Really breathing into the hip, opening out. Take a nice inhale, bring the knee back to center, exhale, taking a twist, keeping both shoulders on the mat, sending the left knee over to the right. Then inhale, bring the knee back to center, one last squeeze, and then switch the legs over. Right knee comes up. Exhale, dropping it out, really opening that hip. Exhaling, dropping the knee over to that left side. Gaze comes over the right shoulder. Melt the shoulders into the mat. Inhale, coming back to centre, bringing both knees up towards the chest, give them a nice squeeze, give yourself a big cuddle. And then we'll come into our happy baby, so drawing the knees up to the chest, and then if you can, stacking the ankles just above the knees. If you can reach the feet, then take hold of the outer edges of the feet, or the big toes, using your first 2 fingers and your thumb. If you can't reach your feet here, then that's fine. You can just bring the hands to the back of the thighs. It doesn't really matter so much if you can't quite get the angle at the knee to reach the feet. What we're looking for is that we're drawing our knees towards the mat whilst keeping the tailbone in contact with the mat. So finding your variation, all the while sending the breath into the hips, finding that release. Maybe you rock a little bit left to right. Have it in your practice. You can extend the legs out, maybe pressing slightly on the inner calves, or keeping hold of the big toes. Remembering we want the tailbone still in contact with the mat. Keep the feet flexed. One last deep inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, drawing the knees back in. And then release the legs out. And now's a great time if you want to take some relaxation, or maybe you've got to get on with the rest of your day. Keep a lookout for more videos coming on my YouTube page. Also check me out on Instagram at yogini.boo.